Hello and welcome to the Green Profit Academy Pros Podcast. This show digs into the challenges in growing a lawn care and landscape business while maximizing your profit. I'm Christine Era.
And I'm Steve Bousquet. We are the green industry experts in profit, growth, and leadership. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Green Profit Academy Pros Podcast. And today I have a very special guest, someone that has been very influential in my business life, in my life. She's a friend of mine, and she's a super talented businesswoman and helps many people all across the country and possibly the globe improve not only their business, but their community and the value that they bring to that community by having a very focused business that really gets their mojo on by having their giant pumpkins. I want to welcome Donna Leyens.
Hi, Steve. Thank you so much for having me on. As you know, I love being on podcasts and talking about the things that I'm really passionate about and growing businesses, so I don't actually really grow pumpkins. I help to grow businesses. That is my passion.
And so you are the lead Pumpkin Plan Strategist. You help strategists develop their businesses so they can help other businesses. How did you get into this business, Donna?
Okay, so for that, we have to go back to the 1890s. Just kidding. So about 10 years ago, actually 11 years ago, I was a business coach working with small businesses and entrepreneurs. And I was feeling kind of frustrated. I was realizing that even though I was very passionate about the work I was doing, and I get excited about every business that I work with, I felt like I was spending a lot of time doing a lot of things that were not making a difference. And I was just reinventing the wheel with every client. And some of my clients were amazing and we made amazing progress, and other clients just frustrated the heck out of me. And I felt like I was missing something in my business. And when I really dug into it, I realized what I was missing was a system or a process. I had a lot of knowledge, I had a lot of experience and skills, but no real systematic way to present it and work with my clients to get them from point A to point B. So I just started looking around. I thought, am I going to create something new, or is there already something out there that I can use? And while I was looking around, a mutual colleague introduced me to Mike Michalowicz. Mike is a best-selling author, business author, but at the time, he actually was about to publish his second book, which is The Pumpkin Plan. And he had this idea that he wanted to start a coaching company around the methods and the strategies in the Pumpkin Plan. And he was very excited about it. And here I was, a business coach looking for a system. And so we met at some kind of divey diner and talked for hours. And after a lot of planning and talking, we actually launched our business right before the Pumpkin Plan came out. We started by working with clients together, using the tools and the methods that were already in the book and developing more as we went along, and seeing what worked really well and what didn't work as well. And by the end of about a year of that, we realized that we actually had something. We had a system that was repeatable, that was getting results every time. And that is what we call today the Pumpkin Plan Action Guide. And it is, as I said, it's a step-by-step system of removing the obstacles to growth that most business owners encounter and setting them up for profitable growth and getting back their control over their own time. So today, I don't work with outside businesses. I spend 100% of my time running Pumpkin Plan Your Biz, where we certify and train other business coaches and consultants how to use the Pumpkin Plan Action Guide to get these same great results for their clients.
So your work with Mike Michalowicz, who at the time wasn't really a best-selling author. I mean, you knew who he was. You kind of live in the same communities, not too far from each other. But, it was kind of a little bit of a risk. I mean, you're trusting that this book is going to be a big hit. And, who would have known that he would have gone on to write other books, Profit First, Surge, Fix This Next. His new book is coming out next year, All In. And, the Pumpkin Plan that he wrote was the first book of his that I read. And it was interesting because there's a Donna in the book, and it's not you, but they talk about Donna quite a bit in the book. So he had written that without even actually knowing that there was going to be a Donna that was going to help him with the Pumpkin Plan, which is interesting. So, what people are listening to this Pumpkin Plan, what is that? What is the pumpkin? What's the story behind the pumpkin?
Right. And what do pumpkins have to do with growing a business?
Right.
So, as Mike says in the book, it turns out that pumpkin farmers have the key to growing an extraordinary business. And what he discovered was, look, you live in the Northeast. I live in the Northeast in New Jersey. In the fall, the thing to do, especially if you have kids, is to go out to a farm and go on a hayride and pick your pumpkin from the pumpkin field and go home and carve your pumpkin or do whatever you do for Halloween. But pumpkins are a big deal. Anybody who drinks coffee knows all about pumpkin spice lattes. But if you've ever gone to one of these farms, a lot of times you'll see they have like a prize pumpkin, a giant, they'll have a field full of ordinary pumpkins that all look pretty similar, right? And then you'll have this giant pumpkin that's as big as a car, and people are taking pictures with it. And those pumpkins, and there are contests, and there's a lot of, there's kind of a whole culture around growing those giant pumpkins.
Culture of giant pumpkins, yeah.
Yes, there is. So Mike kind of discovered this and realized that the system for growing those giant pumpkins is very similar, or is an analogy for how do I turn my small business into a giant pumpkin, basically, a business that stands out, that's extraordinary. And one thing that he discovered is that if you're going to grow a giant pumpkin, you can't just go out to your local farm store or the supermarket and buy a packet of pumpkin seeds and pour them in the ground and hope one of them turns into a giant pumpkin. It doesn't work that way. You actually need to start with a special seed. There's a company that specializes in these giant pumpkin seeds. You could pay thousands of dollars for one seed. That's how special those seeds are. And what we've discovered is that a business is the same way. If you don't have a special seed, if you don't start with a special seed that has a capacity to grow into an extraordinary business, you'll always stay stuck, because you don't have that underlying strategy that's capable of getting you from a teeny tiny business to that larger, profitable, life-changing business that you dream of. So the first thing you need to do is identify what your special seed is. And we call that seed your sweet spot.
Your sweet spot.
Yes.
So you have this seed to grow this gigantic pumpkin. And so then the farmer is really focusing on this kind of one pumpkin, all this special care and time and nutrients and nutrition and watering and weeding out all the little tiny pumpkins that are trying to grow around it, so it really stands out.
Exactly. And, one thing that we know is that a lot of businesses start with an idea. They say, oh, I'm working for this other person. I could do it better on my own. I'm going to go do it for myself. Or I have this great new invention, or I have a way to do this better. Whatever it is, or it's just your family saying you should turn that into a business. There are a lot of ways that businesses get started. And usually entrepreneurs are doers, and they jump in and they just start doing, and they hit the ground running, and they're operating their business, and they're trying all sorts of methods to grow it. And usually they have some success. If they don't survive, right? But
Right.
they have some success. And then very often they get stuck and they can't grow anymore. What got them there is not going to get them any further. And the reason is because they never had an underlying strategy. Everything they did were tactics, but there's no consistent underlying strategy. And that's what the sweet spot is. We want to identify what your strategy is. So the sweet spot consists of 3 elements in your business that need to not just exist, but intersect with each other in order for you to be able to grow. You want to know what they are?
The Venn diagram, right? I just
Yes,
drew it,
the
right?
Venn.
I had to practice that. The Venn diagram.
The Venn diagram. So it's 3 circles, and they all intersect in the middle. And the first circle that I like to talk about are your top clients. Some people might call them your ideal clients. We like to call them your top clients because what we want you to do is evaluate your actual client base and look at who are your very best clients. Because those are the clients or customers that you want to continue to attract into your business over and over again. They're the ones that are going to grow your business. If you know anything about the 80-20 rule, you'll know that really 20% of your growth, 20% of your profits I'm sorry, I said that backwards. 80% of your growth and 80% of your profits are going to come from just 20% of your customers.
Right. So how do we know? So I have these customers. Now, isn't everyone a great customer? Anybody who spends anything? Or is it, how do I know who these top clients are?
When the phone rings and you see their caller ID, do you jump up and down with joy or do you run away screaming?
Mike calls it the flinch, right? If they call and you see the call and you flinch, you're like, oh no,
cringe, right?
Right, the cringe, right. The cringe. That's what it is. The crush,
cringe.
The cringe, right? Do we have a crush on this client? We love them, they love us, or do we cringe? Right. That's what he calls it, right?
So that's one factor.
Okay.
And of course, what we do inside of the Pumpkin Plan Action Guide, we have a tool called the Top Client Assessment. It's actually pretty extensive. And we look at a bunch of different factors that come together to help you evaluate, like, is this really a good client for me or not? And a lot of times when a business owner goes through this exercise, they're surprised. They get surprised by what the results are. And sometimes the clients that they thought were great clients because they're paying them a lot of money, for example, end up not to be as good as they thought, because they could be behaving in ways that are actually making them less profitable than you originally thought. So the first step is to evaluate your client base. And yes, we have, like I said, we have a tool that you can really dive into that. But if you want to do just a quick evaluation, list your clients in revenue order, like say in the past year, how much have they spent with you? Because of course that is a factor. And then take a look at if you have the kind of business where you actually have to deal with your clients, are they great clients to work with, or are they really a pain in the ass, right? Crush, cringe. Do I love them or hate them? And then take a look at some other factors. Do they pay you on time? Are they responsive if you need to get a hold of them? There are different factors. Like, think about what would make somebody a good client or a bad client, and just rate them on those factors and look at who are your top 10, who are your top 20, depending on how big your client list is. You want to take a look at who are they, and then what do they have in common? If you work with other businesses, is there a certain industry that most of your best clients are in? Or, is it a certain demographic, or do they live in a specific geographic area? Like, there are a lot of commonalities that you could start to look for so that you can actually better define who your top clients are. And then, of course, you may have heard the expression client avatar. A lot of people like to talk about what are the specific characteristics. So if you're working with consumers, you might want to get a little more detailed about what their demographics are and what their psychographics are, meaning like how do they think, what do they care about, and what are their hobbies, like different things like that can help define who your best clients are. But once you know that, then everything else you do needs to be geared towards serving those top clients, because that's going to help you, number one, keep those clients. Number two, if you want to create additional offerings, you want to sell them more, then they're the ones who are going to buy more from you because they love you and you love them, right? There's this great relationship there. And it gives you the ability to say, well, here I have this group. Where are some more clients that are just like them? And you can attract them.
And when we did this assessment a few years ago, what we learned was our best clients live on these cul-de-sacs. They live on, so we created a whole marketing plan just for cul-de-sacs. And it's very interesting. For years, I was so obvious once I realized it, but for years when I would go on estimates, I'd be driving down the cul-de-sac. I wouldn't even look at the address until I got halfway down. And so not only do they live on the cul-de-sacs, they live at the back half of the cul-de-sac, 80% of the time. So it wasn't just a road, but where they lived on that road. So it's very interesting. And it is very surprising when you sent me a new updated one a few weeks ago, and I went through it and I read it, and it had a little more detail. And when we were condensing it and going through it, I was surprised who showed up. And I think what most surprised was how unaware I was of those people, because, the squeaky wheel gets the grease. And I'm more aware of my squeaky wheels than some of my very best clients, which was like, I was shocked and surprised. I was like, I'm missing, I knew about half of the people that were on that list, and I should know all of them. Now, my team knew them. They're like, oh, yeah, she's lovely, and oh, he's a great guy. So my team knows him. But it was good for me to be aware of that.
Yes. And I think you brought up a very good point, which is a lot of times, so the second ring is your unique offering, which has to match what your top clients want. And the third ring is systemization. And a lot of times when we have squeaky wheel clients, the ones who are like constantly having an issue or a problem, a lot of times what we do is we start focusing our systems and our processes and what we do towards making those people happy, instead of what we should be doing, which is spending our time and energy creating systems, processes, and offerings that make our best people happy.
So we have three rings, the Venn diagram. We have our top client ring, a unique offering ring, and our systemization. Talk about unique offering. Like, how would I define a unique offering?
So a unique offering is something that makes you stand out from other businesses that are in the same or similar industry. Because if you don't stand out, then what happens is the only way they have to make a decision, should they go with you or some other lawn care company, is looking at your pricing. Because otherwise you look the same. Oh, they're just going to use the same chemicals and come the same amount of times. And so I'm just looking for the cheapest one. I mean, not everybody does that, but that is a common way that people say, well, how do I differentiate? So if you look different than the competition, then suddenly they're not comparing you anymore, because you are giving them something that is so different from the competition that they can't compare the price anymore. It's not pricing for the same thing. And you may say, but we all offer the same thing. And that's not necessarily true. What you want to know is, what do your best clients care about? And different clients are going to care about different things, but what do your best clients care about? And once you know that, that's what you can talk to them about. Because everybody thinks like, oh, they care about the greenest lawn. That's what they all care about. But that may not be the factor that decides for them, because they may assume everyone's going to give me a green lawn. What I care about is there a phone number that I can call if I have an issue? What I care about is that, I don't know. Tell me something that your clients care about, Steve.
Well, no, I mean, actually, you hit it right on the head. Is there a phone number, right? So, we reviewed over, last year we reviewed over 500 five-star reviews for lawn care and landscape services, right? And then we ran them in this data bank, and it pulls out the most used terms. And communication and, calling back was in the top two. I mean, communication, it was not the fertilizer type or how many microbes were on my organic fertilizers or how green the grass was. It was the communication, calling back, and it was the service. Like the lawn techs were able to talk to the clients. That was like number 3, which kind of falls into communication. So anybody can make a hot pizza with cheese and sauce, right? But what's the experience when you get there, and how are you treated by the staff? And, are you waiting 20 minutes to get your bill? And these are all things that annoy people. Do you have to wait to be seated, wait to take the order, wait to pay your bill, right? It could be the best pizza, but it can get annoying if that's the experience. It's the same thing for any landscaping or contracting, really. Do I have to wait for a return phone call? Do I have to wait to get an estimate? Do I have to wait to get a service call? And, if people know that, hey, okay, we're going to be out in 2 days, we're going to be out tomorrow, whatever that communication is. So one of the things in my company is I don't want to just be the best communicating lawn care and landscape company. I want to be the best small business, or even any business that they deal with, at a communication level. So when we did our wish list interviews and we heard back from our customers, communication, I took it so serious that, we now on staff, we have an inbound person. Her whole job is to answer the phone and talk to customers and make sure they get directed to the right person that they need to talk to. And then we have an outbound call person whose job is just to call people back and let people know that, hey, the lawn tech's going to be there in an hour, or we're coming tomorrow, or whatever that is. Because communication was for our giant pumpkins, our, top clients, communication was 80% of the reason that they're working with us.
Right. And for a different company, it could be something different. So don't assume. So if there are a bunch of lawn care companies listening to this, don't assume that what your top clients care about is what theirs are going to care about.
No, you have to interview your clients. For some people, it might be like getting their lawns cut on Thursday and Friday. Yeah. It might be, that there's very specific skills to a region, or, we don't use electric equipment. It might be that they love how quiet your service is. It might be that you have a very specific talent or skill that you're providing a very specific service, right? So don't use that. It's just, what's interesting is the owner leads these and attracts, right? One of my highest skills is communication. So it's just natural for me to have a company who has a lot of communication. And I think if I had, I have a certain amount of technical skills, but I really rely on other people who have higher technical skills to do technical stuff. But if you had a lot of technical stuff, like Steve Jobs had Steve Woz, right? And Steve Woz had the technical skill. And they kind of combined that to make Apple, right? So, right. Don't go hiring people to answer your phones, or, talk to your customers and find out what they love about you. And it could be you. People love to work with the owner. It doesn't mean you need to be doing every part of the job. It just, they might need access to you.
Yeah. And you said something that I think is very important, which is, if this is a small business where the owner, the founder, is still working in the business, very often your strengths are part of that unique offering. They get infused into what makes the business unique and different. I've found that with my business as well, that when I look at my strengths and then I talk to my top clients, the feedback that I get is very in line with what my strengths are. And that has become part of our business culture. So that's another way to look at what makes you unique. What are your strengths and how have they been infused into your business? But you also, when you talk about the client interviews, for anybody who doesn't know, this is also part of the Pumpkin Plan. It's something that we call the wish list interview, which once you identify who your best clients are, you want to interview them. We have some very specific questions that we have you ask so that you can see, number one, what do your top clients care about the most? And number two, where are the gaps in the industry where they may be saying, I wish that this thing existed that you can potentially provide? And also, what do they care about that you didn't realize that they cared about, and they may not know that you provide that? So there's a lot of opportunity to learn really valuable information by talking to your best clients.
And the wish list interview, so I did it the first time, and then the second time we did it, I had someone else do it. And again, we recorded it with the permission of our clients, and they're thrilled to do it. Then we had a data person look at it and kind of identify it. So the wish list questions are, and I don't remember specifically exactly what they are, but I didn't ask them to rate me like, how did my company do? The questions were more like, if you could choose the perfect contractor to work with, what would that look like? If you could choose the perfect, like someone that did work in your yard, what does that look like? Or the opposite, like when you have to hire someone to work in your yard, at your house, what are some frustrations that you go through? And, you're hearing the frustrations and what else? And that what else questions when you really get that, and they didn't clean up after themselves, they left at the end of the day. They didn't have a porta potty at the job, and they were either leaving the job to go use a bathroom somewhere or doing some other thing that we didn't appreciate. So, there's they didn't get back to me when they said with the estimate, all these things. So it's not specific to me or you when you're doing the wish list interview. It's more like, when you work with someone, how do you want to be treated? And tell me about a good experience you've had with a contractor, right? And then they're going to tell you what they like about working with a contractor. And tell me, experience that was not pleasant. And then they'll tell you that. And so after about 10 or 12 of these, you start to get a theme. And these are your very best clients. And this is what we want to make sure that we're working to fix the gaps for our very best clients, not the very worst clients who please the squeaky wheels all the time.
Exactly. Absolutely.
Core Growth Strategies provides business growth management solutions through cloud accounting, bookkeeping, and strategic business consulting programs. Our team works with small businesses in lawn care and landscape and trade industries throughout the U.S. We increase our clients' business acumen by creating business performance transparency through financials and strategic advisement based on industry best practices and benchmarks. Our experienced team provides support, guidance, and coaching, thereby allowing our clients to connect with viable data and discover their own solutions. Core Growth Strategies programs and services are designed to get your business from where it is now to where you have always dreamed it to be. Visit us today at coregrowthstrategies.com and follow us on Facebook, Instagram, or LinkedIn. Don't miss our exclusive limited time podcast special. Just mention promo code GPA Pro to any member of our team during your complimentary consultation, or enter the promo code on our site when you sign up for one of our online programs. That's promo code GPA Pro.
Yeah, so that's how you start to get to unique offering, that match between what you do really well and what your best clients really want from you. And then, as I said, that third wheel, that third ring is your systems and processes. That's what enables you to consistently and effectively deliver your product or service over and over and over again, without without you having to do it all. And also assuming you have employees, so that one employee A, B, and C can all deliver the same service and the same level of service.
Repeatedly.
Yes.
And that allows you to scale. So there's a difference
Exactly.
between growing. Growing is adding more customers, and then there's always a pinch point, because you can only grow to how much talent you have or how many people you have. But when you have systems, you can scale, because there's SOPs, right? Standard operating procedures, and there's a whole way of doing everything that people can go and get that information, and you don't have to be the person even training them, and you don't have to be the person doing every job. Now, I still meet with I'm not in the day-to-day of my business anymore, but I still go meet with my legacy giant pumpkins. Well, it might be dinner, it might be cocktails, it might be for a walk. I'm still in their life, because we just enjoy each other, and spending time together. And that's when you have a really giant pumpkin. And they work with my team. So I might go have cocktails with them and sit around the fireplace that we just installed. And my team in there did all the work, the sales and everything. And they love my team. One of my giant pumpkins actually makes plaques up, and he does big projects, and he puts my team's names on the plaques, installed by, Aaron, Alberto, from American Landscape and Lawn Science, the year. And it's so cute, but he appreciates so much of the work and design and the effort that goes into it, that he's documenting this, and he's including them. So, so next time we do a job for them, he's getting, 150% from everybody on my team every time. So that's just, when you have a giant pumpkin like that.
Absolutely.
So the systemization, and that's a fancy word we throw around in business, but what does that mean? And for me, a couple ways that we systemized our business listening to our giant pumpkins was having the people answering the phone and making the calls back. Another thing that we heard from our customers, is that they want us to be easy to buy from. They did not want to jump through a lot of hoops and rings. And so it was so we made it easy to pay us, right? We made it easy to buy from us. You can either, if you want to call in, you can buy on a phone call. If you want to mail it in, we'll make it mailable. And if email is your thing and you just want to click pay, we have a click pay. So basically, not all of my customers want to pay exactly the same way. So we found 80% of them want to pay 3 ways, and these are for my giant pumpkins. So we make those 3 ways available to those people, and it's systemized. So it's not like every time it comes up, it's one person wants to pay with a check or a credit card. We don't know what to do. It's no, we have a system. They want to pay this way, this way, or that way. So those are systems. Systems don't have to be complicated. It can just be repeatable. So the experience for the customer is repeatable.
Well, when I first started systematizing my business, I just started with checklists, right? That's if you really don't have any documented systems and everything's in your head and everything's in your employee's head, the first thing that you can do is the next time you do that thing. So a system is really anything that you repeat in your business. The next time you do that thing, you write it down, or the person who's doing it, just write down what you're doing and create a checklist. I do this first, this second, don't forget to do that third, because that prevents things from falling through the cracks. And it's a very simple way to get started on systemization. It doesn't have to be super duper, complicated, like you said, or fancy even. You can do it in an Excel spreadsheet. And there are lots of places where you can document your systems. Just start somewhere, because what I found, even for the things that I was doing, having that system documented made it quicker for me to do it. it took all of the thinking out of it. I didn't have to stop and think, okay, what do I have to do? I'm onboarding this person, or, whatever it is. It was all just written out for me already. And it lowered the mistakes. And then you can see where you can potentially automate, because a lot of these things can be automated.
So here's a system that we implemented, and we only use Techo block pavers for our patios and our walkways, or natural, we use bluestone, right? And thermal bluestone. So it's either thermal bluestone or Techo block pavers, right? So we don't have to look at 8 other manufacturers in all these different colors. So we can turn our estimates around really quick. And, Techo block, they have, as far as what I know, is they have the best, warranty. It's lifetime warranty on any of the product, and the colors hold true so they don't fade. So it's like, okay, we don't have to worry about the warranty. We don't have to worry about the color fading. We can do our estimates quick because we know all the colors and the sizes already. And our giant pumpkins, they love to get their estimates quickly. You do not want to wait 6 weeks to be told, hey, thanks, yeah. I'll get back to you at some point. And one of the systems that we developed was, at the first appointment, we scheduled the second appointment.
Yeah.
So they know. So, I'm going to meet with you. We're going to look, you want a new front sidewalk, and you walk back in the house and your husband says to you, what did he say? When's he going to get back to you? Right. And that's just, or the husband meets and the wife says, when's the estimate coming? And then, well, he's going to get back to me, or she's going to get back to me. And a week goes by, and did he get, well, what's the estimate? Well, I don't know. He doesn't get back to me. Oh, you're going to call him? Okay, you called him. So, and then you left a message. Now you're waiting for somebody to get back to you. And then they get back to you and they say, oh, I'm still working on it. So then the spouse is like, where's the estimate? Well, can't you just take care of anything? So now there's all this stress. So just by scheduling the second estimate at the first appointment, now that's a system. It took all the stress out of that relationship between the contractor and the homeowners and the spouses, because now they know when we're going to meet, they know when the price is going to be presented. And that is a system that I think is such a game changer and is so simple to implement. And customers appreciate it so much.
They do. And I've actually had people say to me, so we have a system, I think I mentioned we train and certify business coaches and consultants to become Pumpkin Plan Strategists. And so we have a system when somebody applies to our program, we have a certain email sequence that they receive. They set up an appointment for an interview. We send them a link to a video. Like we have a whole process. And I've had people say to me, I really liked your process. It was clear and easy. And that makes a difference. That initial experience that somebody has with you makes a huge difference. And if we didn't have a process set up, it would be haphazard. And maybe some people would have a good experience and other people wouldn't. So it absolutely makes a difference to the client experience, as well as your experience as the person running the business and working in the business. It just makes your life easier. It makes everybody's life easier. And like I said earlier, if those systems are set up to make your best clients happy, then that's going to help your business grow.
Yeah, I mean, it makes so much sense. For years, I didn't do that. And it was when we started doing it, it was a complete game changer. And I really, now that I'm at the part of my life where I'm buying more services from people, I'll ask, no one is doing that. So if you want to be unique, unique doesn't mean that you have to have, I don't know, magical pavers, or a mojo dancing patio, right? It means you just tell them when you're going to give them the estimate. One of the other things that I've done, I have a video I made to explain how to sign up and how to read our lawn care contracting program, and it has over 8,000 views. And when we run the estimate, we send it out. to the people that we give the estimate to, and it just says, hey, this is what's going on. These are the expectations. This is what this means. This is the industry vocabulary. This is how to sign up. And it reduced about 90% of our how do I sign up phone calls.
Yeah.
I only had to make that video one time. And I will guarantee maybe there's a few other contractors that are doing that, but that's another unique offering, is that communication through the video.
Absolutely. It's like the FAQs in a video.
Yes, exactly that's it. And then I did it with FAQs, and those are watched. So all right, so we have this Venn diagram, we have the top client, unique offering, systemization. So I did all that. Now, what did I end up with in the middle? My sweet spot.
Your sweet spot. Yes.
And so what is that? Now what do I do with the sweet spot?
Okay, so once you understand what your best clients care about, all right, so that's your sweet spot offering.
Okay.
So what's your best offering? What do your best clients buy from you, Steve?
So my best clients buy from us our full lawn care package. They buy lime applications to increase their soil pH when it's needed. They buy seeding when it's needed. And then our giant pumpkins also buy landscape insulation. So they're my lawn science customer, and they buy from our construction other department, our install. That's our giant pumpkins.
Okay. And I know you have systems and processes set up around starting with marketing to onboarding new customers, delivering the services, correct?
Yes.
Okay. So like I think you mentioned, you don't have to be there every day. You're not there supervising the delivery of these services or, doing all of the sales calls yourself, right?
Right.
These things are happening without you.
Right. Whether I'm there or not. Yeah. I did
Right.
it for years, though. They did rely on me until I figured, I didn't read the Pumpkin Plan until 2016. So.
And I will venture to say that your return on marketing investment is fairly high because you not only know who your best clients are, but you know where to find them, correct?
Yes. And, our marketing used to be between 5 and 6% of our total revenue, and now it's 1.7% of our total revenue. So basically, we've cut it back by 2/3. So it's 1/3 of our pre-Pumpkin Plan revenue spend.
Right.
And we're still growing at the percentages we want to. Yep.
Okay. So would you say that you have the ability to continue to grow your business to the size that you want to grow it by just amplifying the things that you're already doing?
Yes. It's just the scale. Yep. Absolutely. Yep.
And I would say you are operating in your sweet spot.
Okay.
So the key here is identify your sweet spot and then amplify it and grow it. And everybody's going to have their own goals around that. Some people may say, I'm doing $1 million a year in revenue. I've just improved my profitability, right? Because my marketing expense has gone down and the effectiveness has gone up. I have efficient systems and processes that enable me to deliver my product or service in a profitable way, right? You're not having fires to put out all the time and problems. And you don't have a lot of problem customers because you're serving your top clients. So all those things make you more profitable. So you may say, I'm happy where I am. I'm doing great. Or you might say, I want to be the lawn care company for the entire state or for the entire country or whatever, I want to franchise, whatever your vision is. Once you have that sweet spot and you understand it, you have that ability to dial it up or dial it back. And that means you've got control over your business, over your dream, over your life.
And I will say it's much more pleasant to run the business now that we're using the Pumpkin Plan And, we're using the Venn diagram. We're watching our unique offerings. We know who our giant pumpkins are. We're operating in that sweet spot. Not saying that we don't have issues. We don't have, there's every day there's something else. We're learning 40 years in business. I'm still learning every day.
Yes.
It's a lot more pleasant because you don't have all the squeaky wheels. You don't have all the nitpicking and the price. And, we have sold jobs where people I have personally sold jobs and people how much was it, by the way? Again, 12 grand. Oh, okay. Because it was not, the money was not the thing that they were buying. It was the job, the experience. And one of the things I've learned in contracting for 40 years is I have a saying I developed years ago: hard sale, hard job. So if you have to hard sell someone with low prices or fast talking or whatever the hard sale is, if you don't buy it today, I need a yes or no right now, or, hard sale, hard job. That's when things go wrong. The customer's difficult. The product doesn't get delivered on time. You have losses because of, quality products that break. Low quality products that break. There's always something. And, then the other opposite is true. Easy sale, easy job. And we have found that, if the sale is easy, the customer's easy to work with. Somehow the products all work. We make more profit on those jobs. The person buys again, because the person hard sale, hard job, they're never buying again. So not only will they never repeat the sale, you just went through hell to make nothing, probably lose money, and you're never going to get a referral from them.
Well, interestingly, I don't know if you saw this, but I posted a question in my Facebook group, Pumpkin Planners Rock, I think yesterday or sometime this week. And the question was, what are some red flags that tell you that a prospect is not a good client? And some of those are the kinds of things that people were writing. One of the top answers was the first thing they asked about was price. They tried to negotiate me down. Like those are definite red flags, but also I like the way you summarize it: hard sale, hard job. So
yeah,
absolutely.
It just plays over and over again, over and over again. So I have my sweet spot and I'm going to focus in on that. And then what?
Then you live your best life.
I don't disagree with that. It really, the pumpkin plan really it helps my business. And I think, what's interesting is, and everyone's talking about mental health these days, right? It's such a big part of the community. And I feel, and I've seen in my own company, the mental health and energy in the company when we're working with and living with our giant pumpkins, people that we really get along with, enjoy and work with, the day goes by quicker, the stress is lower. The energy is much higher. We have an energy chart at my office. Victim is the lowest energy, anger is number 2, compliance is number 3, level 4 energy is innovation. And when the energy is there, you have this innovation energy and people are more creative and more problem solving. And then there's a creativity energy, right? So people really can be, quick in problem solving because they don't have this, oh my gosh, I have to answer the phone for all these abusive customers and I'm chasing money and everything. And one of the things that I'm so proud of, when you're in your sweet spot customers is, we have 3,500 customers. We had 0 uncollectible last year.
That's amazing.
0. And one of the late payments that we did have, we knew the guy, he's been a customer for 30 years. He was in a hospital, he had a heart attack, and he had all this stuff going on. And we knew he would pay. We didn't sweat it. And as soon as he was back home, we got paid, So, but that is an amazing thing. And that's when when you're chasing money and you need multiple attorneys to collect your money, you're out of your sweet spot.
Well, and I do want to say that is also part of being a small business, is actually knowing your customers. In my mind, it's why I love small business, because it's not impersonal. You can make it you can make it personal. A giant corporation is going to send you to a bill collector, basically. I am sure that client will be, I'm sure he already is, but will be a fan for life because you gave him the space to recover from his illness and you didn't harass him and make it harder for him because he had enough on his plate. And the other side of people is knowing your employees as well. I know that's very important to you, and that is part of the Pumpkin Plan as well. I sort of glossed over it. I don't mean to minimize the human part of it, but we see the employees, the team members, as fitting into the systems and processes because they're the ones who use the systems and processes. You have to have a good team in order to grow your business as well, unless you have the kind of business that can be completely automated and doesn't need people. But if you need people and you don't want it to be you all the time, then those systems and processes, they support your customers, but they also support your team.
And one of the things that I love hearing my team talk about is our clients and how our clients made their day by calling them up and saying, hey, I appreciated when they did this, or I appreciated, Will took the garbage cans up for me, our 91-year-old, Mrs. Jones, right? Or they talked to me and they let me know. And some of our customers will call just to talk to our team, see how they're doing. We're not selling them anything. They're not buying anything. How are you doing? How are your kids doing? What grade are they in? And, because we're in, I say, small town New England, and, we're very involved in the community. We sponsor lots of kids events, music events. And so it's important for me to show up and support, my community. And I think it feels much better when everyone in a community is kind of rowing or going in the same direction.
Well, it's interesting because I was just watching a report the other day where they were talking about how many local newspapers have gone out of business and like the impact of sort of this extinction of local news and how the news has just become more national. But what happens is you lose that sense of community when you don't have a local newspaper talking about like the team that won the basketball game or, the new ordinance that's going to be voted on or, all these local things that tie a community together. So I think that what you're saying is super important as well, because if you're a local business, then being part of the local community is you're serving a few functions. You're out there being visible, but you're also participating in bringing your community together as well.
Absolutely. And, one of my beliefs, and this is why I believe in the Pumpkin Plan so strongly, I believe in Profit First so strongly is, to have a healthy community, you need to have healthy small businesses. And if you have a healthy small business community, you have a healthy community. So it really starts if you're listening to this and you own a business or you work in a business, having that healthy business is really our responsibility, and it leads to that healthy community. So I take it very seriously, not only for myself, but that's why I do Green Profit Academy. That's why I do the coaching. I want other people to have the same experiences that I have, for their family, for their community, for their life. And I know that's why you're doing this. I know you have a master's degree and you're a very talented businesswoman, but you wanted to have a business that was going to impact people in their lives.
Absolutely. And what I find is our community of Pumpkin Plan Strategists, they feel the same way. They're coming from a place of, I want to help other people. I want to help other people live better lives, run better businesses, be able to live their dream. And it's that passion for supporting the community, for supporting businesses that I think brings us all together with a common purpose. And when you have a common purpose, so many good things come out of that.
Yeah, absolutely. And I can
Yeah.
totally vouch for that because I've met many of the
Yeah.
Pumpkin Plan strategists. And when they share stories with me about how they've worked with companies and they continue to work with them. So that's one of the things I'm impressed with the strategists is, this takes time to do all that. I know we just talked about it in less than an hour and you just do this and fill that out, but it's a process.
It
It takes
is.
time and you need someone to kind of help you, encourage you to go along. Yes, you can do it. But what happens with me is I get distracted, I get busy with something else and I don't finish this really important thing. So I love coaches. I've had coaches, for the past 25 years. I'm a big believer in it. So the coach helps me stay on track. They help me stay focused and they help me get to where I want to go so I can have that big impact. So I definitely encourage that. I know in the show notes there's going to be some information for Pumpkin Plan Your Biz and how to get a hold of strategists and start working possibly with a coach. Christine Era, my partner at Green Profit Academy, is a Pumpkin Plan strategist, and I know one of her really big things when she works with someone on their pumpkin plan is seeing the changes and all of the new things that are occurring. And really what happens is as we run our business in a day-to-day, we kind of head down, forge ahead, and we don't see what's going on around us. I missed lots of things in my life, in my marriage and my kids because I was just head down working so hard. And you lift your head up and you're like, oh, I don't have to do everything for everybody all the time at any price. I can have this other business model and that lives a different life. And it's so powerful.
Yes, absolutely. I'm very passionate about these ideas. And sometimes what I think happens is that a few things. One, business owners, entrepreneurs, they think they need to know how to do everything themselves. And they think that they're not supposed to need help. It's really the opposite. Nobody makes it and got super successful on their own. Everybody needs help. And one of my favorite expressions that I'm sure you've heard me say many times, you can't see the label on the jar that you're in. Having somebody on the outside looking in and helping you get clarity on things that it is very difficult to see when you're in the weeds, when you're in the business every single day, like you said, with your head down. That is a game changer. Because once you have those insights and that clarity, you can make decisions that will actually move your business forward instead of continually spinning your wheels. So that really is the value of having a coach or a consultant, somebody, a mentor, somebody else who can look in dispassionately from the outside and be able to give you that clarity to make those decisions and take action.
Yeah, and that coach almost like is unlocking that lid that is holding us stuck in that jar and let us seeing the light or what the possibilities are, in that head down thing, right? I have to know this. I have to be the expert in that. It just can drive us into despair. All right, Donna, we're nearing the end of the today's show. Would you like to give us a takeaway or a share?
Oh, give me an example of what would be something that
one big thing, I would challenge anyone who listened to this today to buy the Pumpkin Plan book, to get the audio, whatever audio that you have. And I would really, really challenge you to take, whatever that whole investment is going to be, $50. It could be the best $50. I know personally, the Pumpkin Plan has saved me over $400,000 in marketing I would have spent that I never should have been spending, over the past 6 or 7 years. We had a huge budget for marketing. We don't have to spend that. I can pay my team. I can invest it back in a business. So, the $50. So my challenge would be to get the book, listen to an audio. Mike is a great audio speaker on his book. And so that would kind of be my takeaway. And then if you get stuck, I think there's information in the book on how to reach out to you or how to reach out to get a coach.
Yeah. And so this is in the book, but if they go to our website, which is pumpkinplanyourbiz.com, you can download our free booster pack that gets you started on pumpkin planning your business. And, the one thing that I would hope people take away from this is that when you pause, just carve out the time to really think about what your underlying strategy is, meaning who are you serving, what are you serving them with, and what kinds of systems and processes need to be in place to accomplish that. Then all of the decisions that you make after that, all of the tactical decisions that you make flow from your strategy. They'll be consistent and they'll bring you towards your goal. They'll bring you towards whatever that vision is that you have for your business. If you continue to operate without a strategy, then you will continue to have chaos, fires that you have to put out all the time, frustration when something that you tried didn't work. So if you're feeling like any of the symptoms that we talked about earlier, you're feeling price pressure, or you're feeling like you're not attracting the best clients, or your employees are constantly messing up and everything's inconsistent, then those are signs that pumpkin plant, taking the time to figure out what your special seed is, what your sweet spot is going to correct those issues.
Absolutely. Great. Perfect. All right. I want to thank you so much, Donna, for taking the time to join us today. I know a lot of people are going to appreciate this podcast, and join us for the next podcast. It's coming up soon. Thanks, everyone.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks for listening to the Green Profit Academy Pros Podcast,
the show that digs into the challenges of growing a lawn care and landscape business while maximizing your profit.